Welcome back to Skills Exceed, your go-to channel for Excel tips and tricks. Today we're diving into the count and sum functions in Excel. Countif, countifs, countblank, counta, and sumifs. These are powerful tools that can make data analysis faster and easier. Let's get started. Working Excel sheet, provided in the description. Segment 1, countif function. Here we have a table of data with columns for name and sales. First, let's look at countif. This function counts the number of cells that meet a single condition. For example, here's a table with names and their sales. To count how many sales are greater than 500, follow these steps. Click on the cell where you want the result to appear. Type this formula. The range D3 to D11 is where our sales data is, and greater than 500 is the condition we are applying. Press enter. The result is 6. This means there are 6 sales greater than 500. Segment 2, countifs function. Here we have a table with columns for name, region, and sales. Now, let's step it up with countifs, which allows multiple criteria. Suppose we want to count sales greater than 500 in the North region. Click on the cell where you want the result to appear. Type this formula. D3 to D11 is the range for sales. Greater than 500 is the first condition. C3 to C11 is the region range, and North is the second condition. Press enter. The result is 3. This means 3 sales in the North region exceed 500. Segment 3, countblank function. Here we have a column with some empty cells labeled status. Next, let's talk about countblank, which counts empty cells in a range. For example, in this status column, let's find out how many cells are blank. Click on the cell where you want the result to appear. Type this formula. The E3 to E11 is the range where we're checking for blank cells. Press enter. The result is 3. That means there are 3 blank cells in this column. Segment 4, counta function. Here a column with mixed data types, including text, numbers, and blanks labeled feedback. Finally, we have counta, which counts all non-blank cells. This is useful for finding out how many cells have data, regardless of type. Let's use it on this feedback column. Click on the cell where you want the result to appear. Type this formula. E2 to E10 is the range where we want to count all non-empty cells. Press enter. The result is 7. This means there are 7 cells with data in this range. Segment 5, sumifs function. Here we have a table with columns for region, sales, and category. Now let's explore sumifs, which sums values based on multiple criteria. For example, suppose we want to calculate the total sales in the North region for the John. Click on the cell where you want the result to appear. Type this formula. D3 to D11 is the range to sum, sales, and C3 to C11. North specifies the region, and B2 to B11 specifies sales rep name. Press enter. The result is 850. This means the total sales by John in the North region is 850. Conclusion. To recap, we've covered countif for a single condition, countifs for multiple criteria, countblank to find empty cells, counta to count all non-empty cells, and sumifs to sum values based on criteria. Each of these functions is incredibly useful for data analysis and saves a lot of time. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Skills Exceed. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.